hip hop. Get ready to groove, get ready to sway. Barry Murphy's got something to say. Let's turn up the volume, it's time to glow. All voice of the nation radio, let's go.
Oh, hello. Yeah, welcome to Answers to Barry Show that comes on live on every Friday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. That we about to start from next week from 5 p.m. to 6 on Voice of the Nation Radio that you can listen to us live on on YouTube. Watch us live on YouTube. Can also listen to us live on Modern Ghana and also listen to us on TuneIn. In any ways, let your voice be heard. So, tonight we just want you to know everything. Every show is about to be starting from 5 p.m., which is going to be 9 p.m. in Ghana time and also 11 p.m. and 10 p.m. in UK's time. We're moving the time a little bit backwards so that at least we all can enjoy that moment because we know that when it starts, it's 10 p.m. and a lot of folks are about to go to sleep. But a lot of folks also want to watch the things live. So from next week, we want to start everything from 5 p.m. And again, let your voice be heard. So tonight, our special guest is going to be myself, and we're going to talk. I'm going to talk more about the youth of today, what we have to look into, and what parents need to watch out for. So we'll take a little bit short break, and then we'll be right back.
Turn up the radio, it's time to get real. Barry's in the house with a voice that you can feel. Answers with Barry, he's got the knowledge you seek. On the voice of the nation, he's the host that's unique. Every question you have, he's got the answer on lock. From politics to culture, he's got it all on the clock. Tune into the show, let the beats drop. Barry Murphy's voice, it's a hip hop. Get ready to groove, get ready to sway. Barry Murphy's got something to say. Let's turn up the volume, it's time to glow. All voice of the nation radio, let's go.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, listening to Answers to Barry show that comes on live on every Friday. Starting from next is going to be from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. here in the States, and from 9 to 10 in Ghana time, and from 10 to 11 in UK's time. And you can watch us live on YouTube, Facebook, and all the social media handles. You can also listen to us live on TuneIn and also on Modern Ghana. So from next week on, we have a whole lot of part of activities coming on it. And like we always say, we want your voice to be heard. So you tell a friend to tell a friend, you share, like, and follow, you share, you like, and follow, and you tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah, see Kweku Jemfi, he's the man, so watching us live from Accra, Ghana. Kweku, we really appreciate what you'll be doing. You'll be sharing and all the time you with us, and make sure this show spread for people also to gain more knowledge or learn more out of what comes up. So thank you so much, and we really appreciate you, and we also appreciate all the Voice of the Nation crew. We love you all because make this possible to this show to come on it. Without a crew, nothing we can do. We thank Apostle General. We big thanks to our board of directors, with Mr. Richard Akins, to all the October folks, those who are celebrating their marriage anniversaries, those who are celebrating their birthdays. It's the it's the 10th month of the year, and we should be so thankful from the beginning of the year up to this time. I know God has been so faithful. He has been so faithful. So we should be thankful in everything that we do, and we should be thankful for the gift of life. Yeah. So tonight, I want to talk about the youth of today. It's it's something that we all have to look into it, because the youth are our future leaders, and without them means we have no future. So it's like everything that they do, we have to make sure they're doing it in the right way. So, like I said, tonight is about the youth of today. I mean, what most parents don't pay attention to. This is what I'm about to talk with you about. But starting from next week, Ancestry Berry Show coming on from 5 to 6 here in the US time. Conversation, the same thing, coming on from 5 to 6. We want y'all to notice that, because next week, if you come around this time, the show will be over. So try to come on it a little bit early, and we have a whole lot of activities. We have a whole lot of information packed for you. Yeah, a lot of things be going on, around before we start with the youth. And a lot of things be going on. I mean, last Monday we have this pastor who killed the wife and then buried the wife at the back of the house here in Atlanta, Georgia. And what he did is, after he buried the wife at the back of the house, he called the dad to meet him at the bank. So when he met the dad, he told dad, like, "Daddy, we have worked so hard, and we be doing a lot of investments, but I'm giving you all this so that you can have access to our accounts and everything that we have, our houses and our companies." And then the dad was like, "Why are you giving all this?" Then after he said all that he have to say, then he told the dad that I'll kill my wife. I shot my wife to death and I buried her at the back of the house. And then he just on the way to Louisiana, and the dad have to call the cops to get him. And it's a sad news, and our condolences to that family. But a whole lot is going on. And I remember on the 2nd of September, also, I mean, we have an issue um, in New Jersey, that two brothers, they fought, and one, like, the older one killed the little one with a knife, but those are Ghanaians. And then the same day, may Mr. Enoch so rest in perfect peace. He driving a truck. He's a truck driver, so he went to Texas, and he couldn't make it home. He's from Atlanta. So our condolences to Cynthia. We're praying for you, and we know nothing can be replaced with Enoch, but I know God will take care of you. God will be the one to support you, to empower you, because in such a situation, I don't know, it's tough, but God will empower you, and He will make a way for you and the children. I know sometimes when it comes to such a situation, it's not easy, because even two people taking care of the kids is not easy. How much more just one person? It's not that maybe you have separated. I mean, though you have, but this time it's like forever. If you have separated and he's living somewhere, that one at least he or she can support. But then if you go and you will not see that person anymore, that's something that I don't know what to say, but it's really, really, really sad. Again, our condolences to the family, and I know the funeral arrangement coming on, I think 29th of this month. When we find out the venue and everything, we will let you know. But a lot is going on. A lot is going on. I mean, we have to remember, I mean, our brothers, our sisters who are going through a lot, especially in this country and wherever you are, whatever you're going through, just give thanks to God. It's saying in all things, give thanks to God. But sometimes it's not easy. It's not easy as people be saying. So you started going through it, isn't it? So, I mean, though we'll remember you in our prayers, we know God will also help you out. Yeah, so these are some of the things going on, and then recently here too in a lot. We will address it before we leave, but again, I said I'm going to talk about the youth of today. So when we look at our youth of today, it's a whole lot going on with them. You see, in the 21st century, there's a whole lot going on because, I mean, now this kids come home on this kids wherever they are, they have the whole world in front of them. It's not like those days that you have to go to the library and read to make a research, and it's a whole lot. Like all the DC guys, the Dansuma folks, we have to go all the way to Kiffy Club to that library to read. Sort of sometimes when you go on Saturdays, you just go see all these big men just enjoying and like they're working out, but believe it or not, it's like they just enjoying. I mean, that was those days. You have to go to the library, and even when we were in school, everything you have to read and make a lot of research. But this time is things are so easy. Anything that I want to know, I can just get on my phone or get on my laptop and just like get that information within a twinkle of an eye. You understand what I mean? So there's a big difference between us. I mean, we're coping because we're not that old. I mean, we pass, but what it is like, I mean, we need to catch up. But then in their time, things are everything is at their fingertips. Everything. I mean, everything that they want to know. So the youth of today, we the parents have to know how to handle this youth or these kids of today. One thing we have to address and one thing we have to know is like now, I mean, 3 years, 2 years, 5 years, what they know, we didn't know then when we were at their age. Because that time there's no tablet for me to play with, or even if cartoons, the kind of cartoons we used to watch, but I mean, these kids are so intelligent and everything is around their fingertips. So, if I talk about the youth of today, how do we handle them, and how are we going to work with them, or how can we like let them know the tradition that the old, not all old, but the tradition we can transfer to them so that they can also go by their time and not forgetting what we also learn from our parents and learn from, I mean, our grandmothers and fathers. So now, parents when they see their kids, sometimes they feel like, I mean, excuse me to say, so don't say that because they know a lot. These kids know a lot, and if they don't know, there's a way for them to know. So now, how do we deal with this youth of today? I think we have to get more closer to them, because it's now they don't socialize. Those days we go out to play soccer. We have a lot of activities that we do when we come from school, a lot of things. So it's like we socialize, we get out of the house and then we play, and then it's still there, but it's not as the way we used to do. Most kids are engaged on their phones, on their laptops, on their computers, learning things, watching things that they ain't supposed to watch, knowing more. And like I'll be telling most parents, when these kids come home, we should be able to get close to them so that they can, I mean, though things are so easy for them, things are also very tough for them, because we have to go through the process, but with them it's already there. So it's hard. you know they know it, but the process is like, we would say, then it's like they're training you to get there, but then they already have the answer. So how the process is going to be tough. Right? It's not on me. So like when parents, when your kids come from school, when you are with your kids, you guys should always have something in common that bring all of us together, because they can stay in their rooms all day, they can stay in their rooms weeks, provided they can get food to eat. Believe me, they don't have problem at all, because they have their best friend in front of them, which is their laptop, phone, or tablet. And at the moment they have that thing in front of them, it means they have the whole world in front of them. Now, because of technology, it's like things are so easy to know all that is going on. So the youth of today, though technology make things very easy for them and us, at the same time, it's like we're dealing with everything with smart, and then we being dumped, because it's like I remember those days. I can remember 4 5 phone numbers that I can just pick my phone and just dial those days. But now it's very hard because everything is programmed on my phone. I just have to pick my phone and that's it. So now I don't have to be thinking to memorize the numbers. No, I know my phone will do it. So if I walk out without my phone, I know I'm in trouble, because the phone has become part of me and part of the brain, because it be processing those things for me instead of me thinking or having those things in mind. You understand what I mean? So our kids, we have to find a way, or the youth find a way to communicate with them. I say people be like, oh, we come no, because they communicate more by texting, they communicate by it's very hard for them even to call to talk. When you sit in a train or in a bus, you see everybody mind his or her own business. Everybody some have their earpiece on, some watching on their phones. So it's very hard for them to socialize unless maybe you know the person already, or like maybe it's like you are with that person. Then you'll be talking and asking questions. But then when you walk into a bus, you walk into a train, even in a plane, and you don't know the person, you'll be simply sitting beside, say hello, and that's it. The rest is you have his earpiece on, or that's all that person need. But then this is where I say it's good, but this is where also the problem is, because if we don't communicate, how can we know what is going on with your child or with your kids? The only time you're socialized, coming from school, say hi daddy, and walk into their room. Some just the living room, just saying hello. Others maybe when you come to the dining table to eat, that which is also one of the most important thing. It's good to sit together around the table and eat. But I remember when we were growing up, they always tell us, hey, so who did you menkasa? So if you are eating, you don't have to eat. If you are eating, you don't have to talk, because the same mouth that you're using it to eat, the same mouth that you're using it to talk. So they have a way of telling you not to talk, so maybe you can get choked by the food or something of that sort, right? So that was then, because then we talked too much. But these days, I think that's the best place also to talk, because it's hard for your kid to come to you, to come and say, like, come and have a normal conversation with you. He or she will prefer to be in his or her room, to just be on this device and maybe chatting their friends, playing game. It's like more, we're living more isolatory life. Everybody's like, we shall be one corner. But then we should find a way to penetrate. Why am I saying that? Because if we don't do this, very soon somebody is going to train our kids for us. And then the way you want like I would say, there's no perfect, I would say, like parents, oh, my kids, I can treat them. There's no perfect trainer anyway. One is just by the grace of God, and two, communication is the key. Why? Because you have to talk with him or her, get close, come down to their level. I see most parents don't listen to their kids, because it's like he's still like, what he or she is doing is not important. But I always say this: there's no such thing like silly questions. So no matter what it is, we should know or learn how to listen to our children, the youth of today, because until you see what they have, or you see how they think, or you see what they are up to, before you can advise them, or you can tell them not to do what he or she wants to do. Until then, before you find out, it's too late. So most parents, what we'll be doing is like, oh, we pick a phone and call. Are you home? Oh yes, we'll do video. That's it. When he get home, go straight to his room or her room. The whole world is in front of that kid. And things that they be doing and things that they be learning, believe it or not, we don't know much, because you'll be working like, crazy, and it's like you just focusing on work. But they have time after their homework, have time to do a lot of research and other things. But this is where we comes in. Try to create that good communication, telling you what happened at school and what is going on. I mean, that kid have to be your friend, and he have to be your everything, your friend, and at the same time your dad. In a way that you find a way where he have the interest, then you also find a way to, advise him through the things that he likes, to help him or her in life. But most parents don't want to listen to our children. They don't want to listen to their kids, because he thought, oh yeah, Bofra, he or she is a kid, so you don't even know nothing. But the sad part about it is, what they know now, be honest, most of us don't know. So you need to listen to them. Listen, just have like 25, 20 minutes or 5 minutes, just 20 to 5 to 10 minutes time for them, and just listening to them. Just ask them, how was the day? What happened? You know, then you be telling what happened in the bus at school, how was everything. Then it's like you creating that communication. So at the moment you be doing this for a while, you don't even have to tell him or ask him when he or she get it from school. When he get home, he or she begin to tell you what happened. And then by you knowing things that is going on in her life or in his life, then that's where you know where to, help him or her to do the right thing, or at least, empower him, or tell him to be careful. But then if you don't get to a neutral ground where communication can take place, where he or she can tell you what he or she is going through, they can advise. Maybe the kind of advice that you're gonna advise him or her have nothing to do with what he or she is going through. So you have to know what she go maybe in the bus, what happened in the bus, or at the campus, what happened at the campus. Then you'll be able to also advise him or her. Again, the youth of today, they are our future leaders. And remember, if my kid, though I'm a Ghanaian, if my kid is born in China, we can be in China, but the kind of language or the kind of information I will store in that kid, that's what he or she will grown up and just be giving out, right? So we have to know what we are installing in these kids. Though they know a lot and a lot is going on, but you also have, we've been there, but then there are some things that is not the way we get there because our time, I mean, if you have a friend when you went in school, you have to write letters, right? Now you don't need that. Then when you take a picture, you write a letter and put the picture in it and then mail it to schools, like and those days, like I remember if you have like a boyfriend or girlfriend, I remember those words that they used to write, like the seven colors of the rainbow has given me the opportunity to write. You remember all this, you know what I mean? But now it's not like that. Before your child walks out, everything is arranged. When the kid walk out, he or she know exactly what he is going to do. I was telling a friend those days, like, in our area, Dansuma, Charlie, first up, you see somebody that, Charlie, who feeling now. Who's on the gate now, say, get out and let's go play. If she don't get out, you're in trouble. But now it's not about that. Now they don't have to go anywhere. They just stay in their room and just talk. Stay in their room and just arrange everything. So when that kid is going out there, believe me, he or she know why she's going out or what she's going for or what he's going for because everything has been arranged. So some things are different from the way we've grown up. So it's better, and I think it's about time for parents to be very open with their kids or with the youth. Those days it's like we a lot of things our parents don't want to know and we never get to know till maybe when we're grown up a little bit. But now there's no secrets nowhere. Everything is out there. So you'll be thinking, oh, he or she is a child, so I have to hide this and make sure, like, when she grown up. No, please approach and know their mind because they know a lot. So the little that you add to it will benefit them so much. You'll be surprised. Sometimes when I'm talking to some friends, I tell them, look, when your son gets to some age, when because now, I mean, from 12, so far as like, he can produce sperms, he can give birth. So from that age, early age, you need to start talking with that kid. With he or she, at the moment she can menstruate, you have to talk to her. You're not telling her to go and do it, but in case of accident or in case it happened that she have to do it, then she know what to do because yes, they're gonna show them. They will see all these websites that they go and everything. They show them all these kind of things, but then they don't tell them how to protect themselves. So already she see just the pleasure side of the whole thing. She don't see like how to prevent it. So I mean, sometimes, especially African parents, it's like it's very hard for us to talk to our kids about sex. But we have to. We have to, because it's better to talk to your kid about that. They say you can get pregnant. I'm not telling you to go and do it, but in case it happens, use condom. Protect yourself. This little statement would, can take her a long way, can take him a long way. Because then he already knows. I mean, now from 8, 10, they know everything. He knows, but then he don't know that all he wants is to get to know or try the pleasure in it. But then they don't know how to protect themselves. So you're not telling your kid to do it, but sometimes they feel like when we address this to these kids, it's like we telling them to go to do it. No, that's the mistake we'll be doing, because we think when we address, oh, Junior, you know what? Now you're 12 years. And I mean, you're a young man. If you have, because he knows about sex, right? If you have sex with somebody without a condom, I'm not telling you do it because it's not good. Keep that thing to yourself so you get married. But in case, please use a condom. This thing, I don't know how many parents can do that, because they think me catch up of nice and me catch up of something. The kid know more. You know the kind of side they go, what they know, because you don't know what they be doing, or you don't go sometimes to their computers or their phone to see those kind of things. You think they don't know anything. And again, bringing the phone again to it, sometimes the parent, we have to have like a control, not full control over their phones, but then you can also set up in a way that there are some side they can't go. But then if we can do that, we still need to talk with them about. And we have to also know, by we communicating with them, we see the kind of friends that they have. Because sometimes you think, oh, they are home and like, oh, my child is a good kid. He or she don't go nowhere, or the only thing, he comes home and just watch his cartoons, get something to eat, do his homework, and go to sleep. When he's sitting beside the computer doing his homework, he's just be chatting, communicating with people. So we have to get too close to them to know the kind of friends they have. It's very important, because from 5 years from now, from 10 years from now, people that I associate myself with will tell who I'm going to be. Like, because when we meet, if we talk about money, then it's all about money in our mind, how to make money. If we talk about business, then it's like that's what it is. So what you people engage yourself or talk about is what you build yourself to. So the friends that they associate themselves with can make them or can break them. So you have to know all this, and then you also have to empower them in a way that they can do all things. But again, they should be careful. You tell them stories. I used to love stories, and then that's why I was good in literature, because I was like in kind of a story form, Macbeth and all those kind of things. So I take it as a story. So when we go to the exams room, it's like I already have the story in mind. So at the moment they put up the question, I know how the story start and where. So we need to tell them stories, because sometimes we're going straight to the point. It's good, but then it just go out. It just go here for a minute and it goes there, right? But telling them a story always, if such a thing is about to happen or comes their way, they remember the story and they will relate what is going on to the story to do the right thing. So it's very, very, very important for us to communicate, talk with them, tell them stories, tell them things that has happened that they can learn something out of, or something, or some when you hear some news, please share with them. Share with them and let them see what is going on. Because now people fighting their brothers, killing them, people fighting their sisters, killing them. Some of them killing their own parents. A whole lot of things it's going on. So um uh, I'll take a little bit short break and I will be right back. But we're talking about the youth of today and how to handle them. Again, you're listening to Answers to Berry Show. That'll be coming on live on every Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. in US time, and from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. in Ghana time, and from 11 p.m. from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. in UK's time. In any way, let your voice be heard. Answers to Berry Show comes on live on Voice of the Nation that you can listen to us on TuneIn. You can also listen to us on Modern Ghana. You can watch us live on Facebook, YouTube, and all the social media handles. And we say tell a friend to tell a friend and share, like, and follow. You like and you follow and share because it's something that is going to benefit someone. So please don't just enjoy it all by yourself, but share, like, and follow. And I know for sure you will learn something out of it and you will also benefit a whole lot out of it. But today, we're talking about the youth of today and how to handle them because a lot is going on. We're trying to use the old school way to work with them, which will not work. But we have to find a way, a neutral ground to let everything work. So I'll be right back.
Turn up the radio, it's time to get real. Barry's in the house with a voice that you can feel. Answers with Barry, he's got the knowledge you seek. On the Voice of the Nation, he's the host that's unique. Every question you have, he's got the answer on lock. From politics to culture, he's got it all on the clock. Tune into the show, let the beats drop. Barry Murphy's voice, it's a hip-hop. Get ready to groove, get ready to sway. Barry Murphy's got something to say. Let's turn up the volume, it's time to glow. On Voice of the Nation Radio, let's go.
Yeah, so you're listening to Answers to Berry Show that will be coming on every Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. in US time and from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. in Ghana time and from 10 to 11 in UK time. I see Kweku Jemfi, he said he's watching it live from Accra, Ghana. I see Angela also watching us live. And then Mr. Martin, who said, I'm doing a good job. Thank you. I really appreciate, those comments, Yes, so back to the youth of today. How are we going to handle them? To their level. We have to listen to them. It's not easy because the way they do their things, we don't sometimes understand it. But we will understand them when we communicate with them to know where they're coming from. Because if they don't explain it, you can't understand it. Like and most of the time it's like the parents too is like they be doing some things that you feel like your child is a bad boy or a bad girl, which I want most parents to take this out of their mind. Because you should remember, even our time, we have kind of haircuts. I remember half bowl, punk, it's still, now we don't have hair, so I get that, I get it. But before, it's like, we have all, when we were in school, I have one of these days, I'm going to put one picture down and, you put like, whoa, is that Barry? Yes, I remember those times was Chris Cross, right? So I remember I flipped all my clothes, the jeans in school. I'll not do that at home, right? And my parents be like, oh, he's a good boy and all that. But then I'll be doing silly things to other parents and other teachers watch and they be like, so it's entertainment time. So, just to entertain. So sometimes they have to consider. But then to me now I'm gonna be like, those things that wasn't normal. Why should I? You know what I mean? But it's part of it. It's stages. So sometimes we need to understand them. It's stages. You know, I mean, it's they think it's their time. You know, so they be doing a whole lot of things, different haircuts, the way they dress, the way, you know, everything about them is way different. But we need to understand and come to their level, for a communication to take place. Because when the communication take place, that's where you can tell, say, oh, Junior, I like the way you cut your hair, but maybe you can do it just a little bit. I know this is the way, but like this will make it more look cool and more like decent. You know what I mean? So then you have the opportunity to say something to him. But then if there's no communication, when you see him, you're mad already. It's your child. No matter what it is, that's what you have. And those days, everybody's child, a child is everyone's child. But these days, it's like he will address it to you that you're not the dad. So then it's the dad who can talk to him. So we have to know how to deal with them. We have to know how to communicate with them. I mean, now I come to churches. I don't want to talk so much about that side, but it's like most men of God or like churches, organizations, they see some of the kids to be bad kids because of the way they dress, because of the way they cut their hair. Sometimes they do some dreadlocks, and look, it's their time. Don't look at that appearance and all those. Sometimes really it doesn't look cool, but get close to that kid, get close to that guy or she. And, as you're getting close, talking to him or her and begin to like few things about you, and you will know why, if he's there doing for fun or there's a purpose for it. Some, being honest with you, maybe like most of the time we are quick to judge, like, oh, why that person dressed like that. Maybe the kind of environment that kid grown up, that's the way they dress. Or maybe that kid don't have any clothes, or that's all you have. Or that's the way the daddy dress, that's the way the uncle dress, the person he or she living, that's the way they dress. So it's normal. Like a child seeing the dad always beating the mom, it's normal. So when that kid grown up, definitely is gonna beat the mom, because it's like normal thing. He see dad beating mommy all the time, so it's okay. Like here, I mean, though I said it's okay, you're in the United States, but you eat banku all the time, you eat food all the time here with the kids. So I mean, what you start with them is what they're grown up with. You know what I mean? So some don't do it because of fashion or like to be stylish, or no, they do it because that's the way their father dress, or that's the way the mom dress. And remember, we are their first role models. That's what we have to know. And everything that we do, they think is best. Everything. And now the youth of today, they have a smart mouth. You know what I mean? He just say, but that, he will not let you go though. So we have to be very careful when it comes to church. We have to accept them the way they are and then train them the way we want them to be. But then if we start by like, don't show love, and they feel like, oh, we don't belong to this place, what do you expect? They don't belong there, so they will start, living. So we have to be doing all these things, come to their level, accept them the way they are, make them feel comfortable, but then at the same time, finding a means to straight them. I know some churches, like, they be like, oh no, yeah man, Fan Hussein Raha. But you don't know anything about that person. You don't know anything, you don't know any background, history, you don't know nothing about that person. But then you're already being judgmental. No, it shouldn't be that way. Sometimes you see somebody going through something, and this kid is like, I don't want to bring this, but I have to say, you see some of the kids, they be going to jail, going to jail. You be like, but you don't know. You need to get close to that kid to know why that kid be doing that. maybe things aren't going right at home. Maybe at school, he joined some friends that they be so that's why you need to get close to them. They try to be like, no, that they don't want to share, but you need to find a way, to for them to gain your interest so that they can listen to you. Because remember, we can't give what we don't have. Now, if you ask me for $1, yes, I'll give. But if you ask me $1 million, I can't give. But very soon, I know by His grace, I will get it, so I can give. You understand what I mean? So most what we sow into their case is what we see. But sometimes it's not like that too. Sometimes what they learn on computers, what they learn at school, what they learn in the community, in the society, that's what lead them to do those kind of things. But again, we always have to make sure we get close to these people to help them. So, I mean, the youth of today and how to help them and why is so necessary, because they are our future leaders. They are they will be taking over. Like, for instance, if I haven't seen any parent that don't want their child to go higher than them. Everybody want the best. Want my kids to be best of the best. They want them to hold high position here in the States. I want them to be, to be to be noble force. But then it's not easy. And another key is to be praying for them, know how to pray with them, know how to pray with them. Even if you don't believe in anything, there's something that exists. You are not being like we be saying, we came from here. No, there's a God somewhere. So just pray with them. And as anything you start with them, that's what they will get used to. Sometimes when they get to high school and college, they fall a bit astray. They go on, but they still come back because that's what you begin with them. So it's very important, very, 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 very important to help our children because they are the future leaders. So very soon I'm gonna come out with a topic that I wanna like a lot of folks to be part of it for do more discussion. I want to know if the technology of today has caused more harm or have it benefit us. I mean, we have the good side, we have the bad side, but we want to see if technology has helped us or bring us down. And it's still going, now technology is moving and we have to catch up with it, because if you don't, you get behind and you don't even know what is going on. You understand what I mean? So like I'm saying, every parent, please learn how to listen to your children, learn how they can gain interest in things that you engage yourself with them. Like, you have to find a means. Sometimes it's rough, but then sometimes you have to go through the rough way to get on the smooth way. So no matter what it is, you have to know how to control them. You have to know. And now it's not those days like, we control them in that way. Now you have to be controlling them with, you have to address them in a very good manner, especially those of us in the Western world. You understand what I mean? So again, we will take a little bit short break and we will be right back. We have about 10 minutes for the show to be over. But again, we're talking about the youth of today, which I know a lot of people would like to join me for people to share their opinions and all that. So we'll come out with that again, because when it comes to the youth of today, it's very broad. But again, we have to find a strategy to work with them. We have to, because you can't just look at your child doing anything that he or she wants to do that it's not going to end up well. We have to, so like the fear of God in their life, and coming to that, parents sometimes we we are also part of the downfall of our kids. Because the youth of today or the kids of today, I'll be asking this question: why do you expect your child to follow you to church? Why? What what kind of interest, or what has you yourself done, or what has he or she see in you that will motivate or empower her to follow you to church every day? Because the way you behave and the way you do your things, you'll be like, then I'm wasting my time being at that place. Look, now the kids are very smart, very intelligent. Don't underestimate them. They be watching everything you say, and they see if what you are saying is what you are doing. And that's where they always get us. Because most of the time we saying things that we don't do. So when it happened that way, then you are losing that respect a little bit, because you'll be saying things that you don't do. Then means they begin not to value your words. Because you'll be like, oh, we all have to wake up in the morning, take our bath at 5 a.m. And then you wake them up and they see you sleeping. So it means it's just for them. But then you said we. If it's for them, it's just for you guys. Now this is the time I want you to wake up. Not like, so things that you say, you have to be very careful. And then we don't have to apply too much force on them too. Again, let's go to the church side. You sit in the car with this kids and go to church. And after church service, you guys will be in a car coming home. And you see parents that we said we love God, and then we be talking about gossip about other people in the church. Even the kids know them. They call them aunties and all that. What do you think this case you are sowing into their life? Very soon they will know that their dad or their parents are hypocrites. But even the God that is they go to worship, the God they think he does everything for them and they can depend on him totally. And they have to show that love to their neighbors or to their brothers and sisters. Rather, when you get up from church, you start to gossip about each other, talking about the color of the suit, the color of the suit that the pastor have on, the shoe that this brother have on, this brother be wearing these clothes all the time. Something that is not important, but then you be saying it. Sometimes you laugh with it. Sometimes I think maybe you are saying just for fun, but the kids are picking all that information. So as time goes on, they see like, no, you yourself, you are not serious. So if you are not serious, why I have to follow you to church? And besides this, I've been going to church. What has God done in my life, or what has God done in my father's life, or what my father or my mother be talking about this God that they always talk about? It's scared to say the God of Barry or the God of, mention their parents' name. I feel like such things have to happen. And I'm believing God, because if God does something, that is beyond humans' understanding, if they see it shall be well, all went well with their parents, not well, but see that anytime like the parents want to do something, they pray to God, it's always happened. Then they will know that nyame a ɛyɛ maame ne papa no som no yi, yɛn nso yɛbɛsom no bi. That's one. I'm believing God to touch the heart of the youth, or do things through us that they know that we don't just walk around our houses, our office, just praying, but the God that will be calling is a God that is able to do everything. That's one. And two, we have to know how to use these lips. There are some things, we all sometimes want to talk about something, but there are some things you don't even have to let it come out of your mouth. especially people around you or people you go to church with, this kids also can confide in them. You need to be very careful because calling that person, oh, brother, brother in Christ, sister in Christ, and at the same time, they see this kid see you calling this sister, oh, brother, and then 2 seconds saying something to condemn that person. What do you think you are solely in this case like? So most of the things that is going on, we are the one who be creating it. And why? Because of, like, sometimes maybe you don't even mean it. You're just saying just to make it fun. But don't do that. Let your circle, the people around you, that inner circle, we have that big circle and then the inner one. Let them see that those inner circles are very important to you. And even if they slip by tongue, say something about them, they have said it to you, or they have said it to me. If you make them feel that way, they'll be like, man, don't even, because when it comes to the church, let them see something that are so valuable for you. When you talk about God, you talk about the church, with my dad, don't play with those kind of things, because things that you think is very important, don't let them see that you're joking with it. Sometimes you can crack jokes, but not things that are really important around you and around them that they see daily. So I think, my time is up. And then, in my conclusion, all I want to say is, we, the parents, with the technology of today, it's not easy at all. So first of all, like we always say, even in kingdom conversations, we have to seek the face of God. One, seek divine wisdom from God. So every word that come out of your mouth, everything that you do we should line up with the word of God. And two, we should get close to our children. Get closer to them. Share something, create that kind of unity atmosphere. Don't let it be like, the old school that kid need to fear the dad. Now they're not scared. It's a matter of understanding the things that you want them to know. It's not about applying force or putting fear. Believe it. You're wasting your time. If they do something that is not good, sit them down. Let them know that this is not good. Let them see the benefit, the advantage, and the disadvantage of the thing. And then you tell them to go for the advantage ones. You understand what I mean? So don't just be the kid, or don't, let them have understanding, because if you have understanding of anything, that thing belongs to you. If I have understanding of how to use things in this studio, hallelujah, that's all I need. But if I don't have understanding, but I have all the, no, it's not gonna work. Because if you have understanding, you do it from your heart and you know what you're doing. So one, about seeking the divine, seek the face of God, the divine wisdom from God, also creating the atmosphere of unity. And also, we parents also have to learn how to say that magic words to our children. We have to listen to them. And when you listen to them, they will also seek to listen to you. That's where you have that opportunity to correct them in all their wrongdoing. And then, parents, please, don't be too, don't be above the law, to use the magic word, if you are at fault. Sometimes we do things that we know we shouldn't have done it in that way. Call your child and tell your child, I'm sorry. That's the magic word. When you say sorry, you also train him or her how to also accept some things in their life. Oh, this, I didn't do it right. So, mom, dad, I'm sorry. Create that kind of, create the way so that they can also go through it. But then if you are always right, we're in trouble. I mean, very soon, he or she also grown up to be Mr. Right or Miss Right, because he ain't gonna say the magic word because he think everything that he or she does is perfect. But guess what? We can never be perfect. So try to use the magic word, I'm sorry. And in all, try to pray with them and then let them know how proud you are to have them as their children. In any in academics, in everything that they do, if they do good, celebrate them. Let them know you are so proud and celebrate them. Ah, Junior, you did well. As we are celebrate every success in their life, it motivate them to do more. So I will conclude, and next week at the same time we'll be here. But again, starting from next week, Kingdom Conversation is gonna start at 5 p.m. Ancestor Berry Show is gonna start at 5 p.m. We have few other shows also coming up, and all is gonna start at 5 p.m. So please, when you come at 6, then before you come, we're done. So please, starting from next week, everything is gonna start from 5 p.m. So I want to say a big thank you to all our listeners, our viewers, our followers, those who be sharing, like, and and those who replay and watch it again. It's about the youth of today. We'll continue this, but then I'll put it up. The technology of today has caused us more harm or has benefited us. So we'll talk about it, but with that one, I'll bring few folks for them to also share their opinion. I love you all, and all of you take good care of yourself. Bye bye. Next week at 5 p.m. I'll be here. Love you all.
Turn up the radio, it's time to get real. Barry's in the house with a voice that you can feel. Answers with Barry, he's got the knowledge you seek. On the Voice of the Nation, he's the host that's unique. Every question you have, he's got the answer on lock. From politics to culture, he's got it all on the clock. Tune into the show, let the beats drop. Barry Murphy's voice, it's a hip hop.